Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Eileen. I have a craft with me actually. So I created this gumball shaker machine, and my gumball machine still works. I have beads in my gumball machine part right here. Back here has all the beads, and the front is my like snow globe scenario, whatever you want to call it, in the front. And it's just divided in half. The globe, it's divided in half with just some paper, and I'm going to show you how I did that. Okay, so this gumball machine comes apart real easily, but you don't even need to take it apart. All I did was I took it outside and I spray painted them, or I used some chalk paint on this one and painted over it. I spray painted some of the parts gold. This one I left the same. So let's get into how we divide our gumball machine in half. So I took some foam board, and I just used this one from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to cut it in half. I'm just going to approximate. There's a little hard piece down here on the inside. So this front part is the opening. I mean, the back part is the opening for the gumball machine. And then there's a hard part in the front. So right here, there's like a little platform. There you go. You can see it. So half of it is open. That's where the beads and the gumballs can come down. And then this part, the other half, this one right here, is a solid piece. So we're just going to take a piece of foam core, and I'm just going to trim it to what I think is the size of that little platform. And I'll take some hot glue and put it down on that hard part on the front. And I'm just literally just dropping it. But before we do that, let me do this. You gotta test and see if this piece is too big or too small, and if the shape fits. So there we go. And we want it flat, because that's where we're going to put our 3D items. So I can see this one has a little bit of an overhang, so I'm going to go ahead and take this out and just trim it just a little bit. Doesn't have to be exact, but we want it to fit a little better. So there you go, just like that. And you pop the hot glue in there. Let's take that out. Take your hot glue and just put the glue onto that little like landing is what I want to call it. Okay, and then take your piece and place it right on top of the hot glue, and just like that. So we have a little level space, and this gumball machine is like cut in half. It's joined. It shows you where the center is, and that's what I'm using to guide me as far as lining up the foam board. So now I take my hole punches. This one is a 2-inch circle, and I punched a pattern paper which is 2.5 inches. And what you do is, I'm going to show you with this example. You take the little 2-inch circle, fold it in half, okay? And this piece will fit inside our snow globe, and we're going to cover that styrofoam. So right there, and get it right there. Okay, just like that. And we're still going to try to do our best to line it up to the lines here, just to divide our globe in half. So you just do your best, okay? But before we glue it down, we're going to take the 2.5-inch circle, which is right here. Take that and take the 2-inch that's folded in half. We're going to take this point and move it down so it touches the very edge of the circle. So see the very tip of this, and this is even with the edge, outside edge of the 2.5-inch circle. Okay? And then we're going to take our scissors, and we're just going to butt it up against that folded side of the 2-inch. And we just cut off a piece of the 2.5-inch circle. Okay? So now we're going to take this. Here's my glue stick. I just use a glue stick. And just put some glue on the back side of that half circle. Okay, you see that? And we're going to take our 2.5 inch circle and we're going to glue that, line those edges up and the points up. And this is going to give us our little platform and background. So you could use pattern paper, solid color paper, whatever color paper you want. Okay, and that's going to sit just like that inside the globe, and we're going to glue it into our snow globe. Okay, so here we have the one I already prepared, and you're going to slightly fold or bend. I don't want to say fold because you want to crease it. Bend it, and we're going to try to fit our cutout into the globe. It's a little fussy, so take your tweezers and we're going to open up that bottom flap. And guys, so this, remember, is going to keep our snow globe pieces out of where our beads are going to be sitting. Okay, and just be patient with it. Push it down and fit it in there the way we need it. So here we see it's not completely flat, so we got to make some cuts and shape our back circle so our papers will sit flat. Okay, and we're going to have to trim parts. This is the back part. We're going to stick our beads in, but we don't want our paper covering that hole because that's where we're going to fill. So to make it stand up straight, we have to trim. Okay, so I'm just going to take this, and there's little indents from the top of this globe, and I'm just going to cut down. There's no real pattern, guys. It's just a fussy cutting time now. We're just going to take our time and trim a little bit at a time. We're just making a slight cut, and then we're going to go down and round out the sides so it fits the shape on the inside. I'm going to try this again, and it fits. It went in easier, a lot easier. And now let's see. Yep, it fits a lot easier. I just got to see how the paper is flush against the dome. See that? We need a little bit more trimming right there and right there. So we're going to pull this out again. A lot of in and out, trim, and then you get a better fit. And you just keep trimming it until you get the fit that you want without losing that snug, position. We want it to stand up straight. So we'll try it again. And it's a very easy project. It's just a lot of fussing. If that makes any kind of sense. There we go. And what's going to happen is we're going to have hot glue on that base, and it will help a lot keeping the paper down. So this is a much better fit, guys. You see how that is right there, and the paper standing up. You see it's facing up. And then to keep that paper in place, we're going to put hot glue in there, but we're not going to do it yet. We're going to get the hot glue on the bottom, and then get our paper situated. I'm going to pull this out so it's space to drop my hot glue on that white foam board. And it's okay, you can put a lot on there, because once we get that paper in there, cut a little bit off. And I'm just going to put this in and hope for the best. Okay, let me get this in the right way so I can see what I'm doing. And get that paper down. And it's okay if you squash it in there, because it's going to be covered in snow. You're going to cover it up with snow and whatever else you want. Okay, so we also left this tall up on this part right here, because when we put the cap on, those beads won't fall into the front and the snow won't fall down to the back. Okay, I just want to make this paper nice and straight as much as possible. Okay, there we go. And that's pretty good. It's not going to be perfect. We're just doing the best that we can. And there you go. Our snow globe gumball machine is divided in half. What I will do is put the hot glue in. Well, actually, no, you don't want to put the hot glue in. Hold on. Okay, we want to find our miniature that we want to put in there. These are from Dollar Tree, and they're all the Christmas scenery snow globes. miniatures. And that's where I got my Santa. It's from this set, actually. There's Santa Claus in here with the list, checking it twice in this gift bag. Let's find a piece. Here is a little mailbox and Christmas tree. And then we have this little girl right here, this lovely couple. And we have this lady here with a little dog. And then we also have a mother and her child. So, I think the mother and the child is weird. Just the faces on them that I'm looking at. But we have a little doggy with a woman. And this fits in there perfectly. The other thing I have is a Christmas tree. I have this in my stash. And I think this would be too big. And it is. So what I will do is probably cut off the top of the tree. I'm going to cut the top off. Get my wire cutters here. And use the bottom half of the tree. I'm just going to cut this guy in half. And I will probably give this tree a little trim. Let me get this in the trash so I don't mess. Get this here and I'm just going to give it a haircut. Ooh. Don't be afraid to cut your stuff because it's yours. You know? Whoops. It's a little messy. This little stubby tree right here. You see, it's not perfect. Don't be afraid to make it what you want. And I'm just going to push these branches down. Now we got a little cute little tree. Okay. I'll put this in here and see if that looks good. And this little girl with her little puppy. And I think that is pretty darn cute. So now we have to add some hot glue to this sucker so it will stay in place. Okay. And we take this guy, or girl, and just stick her in place, just like that. Oh my gosh, I think that's perfect. And then we're going to put our paper back. And let me grab my snow. Okay, so I have the snow right here. Some of this is a little smaller than the others, so I'm going to use the really tiny one. This is the new one for this year for Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to put a little bit. Let me secure. Let me secure this with the hot glue and don't get your finger in the way. So I just put some hot glue on the very top of the paper. I'm going to cool it off. And I'm going to do the same on this side. And if I think there's a little bit of a gap in the paper, whoops, just going to spread some of that glue just to cover up that hole, just like that. And the strings we can take off later on the globe. Now that's secure in place. I don't care what it looks like back here, guys. Honestly, more concerned about the front because that's where everything is going to be seen. And I'm going to go ahead and drop some snow in there. Just take my little silver spoon here. And then, oh gosh. I'm just wondering, there we go. I think that's enough. A little bit goes a long way. Right? I have to go cook dinner in a minute. Alright, and I have the other snow from Dollar Tree. You take some of that. And just drop a little bit. That's a blizzard. Oh, that's not a little bit, that's a lot. But that's okay. That's okay. Just move it around, who cares? There we go, there we go. There we go. Because everything is already secured down. This is cute. Okay, so there we go, that's it. And then you can just drop in whatever beads that you want. This is already out of place. Okay, I need to add glue to this side. This one moved because I was fussing with it. Just using gravity to help me get that glue into its place. Oh, I think that's really good though. Yep, let that dry. Cover this up. And then you put the beads in, guys. That is a lot. So I will decorate this on another video. Thank you all for watching. And please, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed yourself, if you had fun. So thanks again, guys. See you on the next video. Bye.